you're here.
Thank you.
Didn't want it to blow away.
All right, have a good one. I'm Ron Paulk, designer of the Smart Woodshop system. And these are the R8 Smart Casters that make all of the benches mobile. I've got here 4 variations of this. This is the casters that I currently am using. They're the ones that are on my 2 benches here. And they've been on these benches for about 2 years. Bob Bennington, the engineer that designed these and the founder of the company, sent me some updates, some variations. The R8s were developed for the Smart Woodshop. He had the R7s, a smaller version, predecessor to these R7s. I got a set of those, put them on one of my benches, tested them out, really liked everything about them, but I needed them larger and heavier duty. I went back to Bob and we talked about it. We FaceTime, we talked on the phone, we emailed, we texted. He came up with a scaled up heavier duty version, the R8s. Only these were the product of about a dozen or so prototypes that he sent to me. I would test them out, give him my feedback, and we do, again, FaceTime, we do real time, spend hours and hours in each session going over things. And he would make notes and look at what I was showing him, make some design changes, send me another set of 4 and another set of 4 and another set of 4. And I kept giving him the feedback. And ultimately, down the road, I had a big box of prototypes and I ended up with these. Bob and I spoke about a month ago and he said he was going to send me a set of an updated design. This is the R8 currently. If you order a set of R8s, you won't get these, you'll get these. It's not like, oh, you've got the old, you can buy the new, it's a different version. No, this is the R8 now. Everything about these has been changed from these. This bench right now is on wheels, it's mobile, and you can't see the wheels, they're underneath. But if I just come up to either end of the bench and lift and drop back down, now the wheels are retracted. There's nothing else on the market that does that. When it's time to adjust the position, it's just a matter of lifting and it's ready to go again. Once it's pushed on, it'll retract, and then once lifted, the next time it'll be extended, lifted, contract, and somehow this rotates in there and it's got a mechanism that does all of that. Sometimes it'll get out of sync. So if I lift and I don't lift it quite right, one caster on one side will be retracted and the other will be extended. And then it's kind of a, I don't know, it's not a hassle, but it's a little extra work to get them back into sync. It has to do with the rotation of this. And I don't know if you can see this, but as this rotates, the piston, this red piston rotates, and that's how it finds its place to be either retracted or extended. New design, the piston does not rotate. It just up and down, up and down. This is the guts of what's going on inside of there. To start with, the tube that's in this one, this R8 that I have on my benches, you can see that it's a thinner gauge and it's also a smaller diameter. Also, now he's got this manufactured sleeve or lock that the piston drops into, and that's threaded, and before it was just kind of fit in there. So all the parts of what's going on inside and the piston, again, all redesigned, even the extrusion for the piston, he's having done, I think by the company that makes the Warner ladders. They've got great extrusion machines and they are in his neighborhood. This is all US made. So not only designed in the US, but all manufactured here locally. And these extrusions then are, once he gets them, they're cut to length, and then he's got a laser cutter that drills these holes that the bearing goes in, a very key part of how this whole system works. And these holes are just slightly smaller than the bearings. And then there's a little mark on the outside of all of these, and he says that's swedging, which not metalworking isn't my thing, but I think the way he described it is it actually kind of makes once the bearing is in and it's wedged, even though it doesn't need to be, it closes the hole even a little bit more. So you're not going to get these ball bearings falling out. There are ball bearings, but they don't rotate or move. They're fixed in there. That's about as deep as I can go on how the mechanism works. Bob would do a much better job of explaining it. Hey, there's an idea. If you would like me to interview Bob, video interview him, so that he can demonstrate and talk about how a system works, then put a comment in the description down below or in the comment section and say, hey, I'd like to hear from Bob directly, and I'll count them up, and if there's enough, I'll have Bob look at them, and then if he's willing, we'll see if we can get him on video. Internal mechanism, the whole guts of the system, has been changed, updated, improved, made better, but so has the rest of the caster. So the mounting mechanism, the frame, the chassis of it, it was updated quite a few times when we were working through the beta testing of the original R8s to come up with these. And the metal is 1/4 inch. It was taken up from 1/8 to 3/16 to 1/4 till we finally got there. So this one is still 1/4. It's slightly different in size because the mechanism had changed and other things have changed I'll go over in a minute. So it still gives me the same offset when they're extended, but it had to be actually made a little smaller. Also on this, the punch outs for the bolt throughs are now laser cut. So they are exactly in the same place on every single set. Caster's changed as well. He's upgraded these. You can see that the new caster is wider, and I'm not sure about the diameter, but it appears the diameter is slightly bigger as well. Now the rating is the same. This was a 200-pound caster. This is a 200-pound caster. So the set of 4 gives me 800 pounds, which is a nice rating because obviously I'm never going to have 800 pounds on my bench, but you do load them and side load them with cantilevers and things. And so the more load they can carry, the less you're pushing them to their margins. The wheel, again, being a little wider, a little bit bigger, is a little smoother, but it also has sealed bearings. And I think there are 2. He may have said there's 4. I know there's at least 2 sets of sealed bearings on the outside, but I think he may have said there is 2 sets inside too. So don't quote me on that, but there may be up to 4 sets of sealed bearings in this, keeping this caster, really smooth. And then on the pivot, this portion here that has the caster spin 360, there is dual sets of bearings inside here and then inside here. So this thing is just really refined. Again, every single piece has been updated, innovated, modified in some way, made a little bit better. So the whole package is a lot better. I did get 2 sets of the new R8s. So I will be removing the old R8s, putting these on, and I'll put them through their paces, and I'll give you my feedback in a future video. That's the R8s, and that's really what's important to me. What are these other things? The R7, it's the smaller one, and I actually do have 2 sets of these. I'm going to be using these on the Smart desk that I have. I've had the one for years. It's got the big 5-inch casters, and I had planned on going to the R7s on those, but now with the updated ones, I'll be putting these on. I'm going to build a smaller version of the Smart stand-up desk for myself. I really like the one I've had for about 7-8 years, but it's time. I need to shrink it and scale it just a little bit. And while I do it, my wife likes it so much, she wants me to build her one as well. So I'm going to build out 2 of those. I'll do a video when I do those so you get to see how they turn out. But again, these are just like the R8s. They're just a smaller version. They have a 3/16 steel here instead of quarter. The casters are smaller, although the same quality level from the same manufacturer. All the bearings are the same. These are rated at 150 pounds, so you get 600 pounds total load out of a set of 4. This is not an R8, it's a T8. So this is the R8, but instead of a side mount, it has a top mount. So this is just a variation that he thought was necessary for some people's application. This is an R1. So we go from 1 all the way to the 7. There's actually an R2 and an R3 in this caster. This one is the smallest. The wheel is 5/8 of an inch. He's got a larger one that goes to 7/8, and then the largest goes to 1 inch. And as the wheel increases, so does the entire body of this. This is a real interesting caster. Certainly great for some furniture situations, but mostly it was designed for commercial application. He actually built the larger version, the R3s, a large shipment of these. He designed and built for a customer. They had sound walls, and they needed them to move, but they didn't want to see the wheels. And they liked his design, but these didn't work out, and they didn't need that heavy of a load. So he designed these and has provided them. Now, these are not available for order right now. But once I tell you about these, if you think you may have an application for these, go ahead and contact him. He may go ahead and put some out. He's obviously got the design done, but he may go ahead and put them out just to see how they do. But these are interesting because just like these, you push down and they lock, you know, in the retracted position, you lift, and now it's on the wheel and you can move it around. This application, I think, will, in the retail world, will be really handy. Think of like a clothing store where you've got racks. The cleaners have to go in and move those racks and clean in underneath. And most of them aren't on wheels. And so it means unloading the clothes, or maybe a couple of people, I'm not exactly sure how they do it, but they have to get in and clean in and around and under those things. So if those kind of things, displays and racks, were able to have sets of these underneath, then the maintenance people, the cleaning people, could just go in and lift, and then they'd be on the wheels. They could roll it out of the way, do their maintenance, and put them right back and set them right back down. If you're a fab shop, a woodworking shop, a cabinet shop, you may want to look at these and get a few sets once they're available and see how you might put them into your application, in your design. If you want to get a detailed set of plans of the Smart Bench and the Smart Cart so you can get a set of these casters to make your system mobile, or the Smart Station, brand new dual router table, or the new router fence, the cradle that works with your benchtop tools, table saw, for example, so you can hang it off the side of your smart workbench, and when you move it around, the table saw goes right with it, and it's always in plane, even if your garage surface is, as it should be, sloped to allow drainage. It doesn't matter, it stays in plane. For the Smart Woodshop itself, there's a link in the description of this video down below. You can go there, purchase plans or packages of plans, and then within minutes you'll get an email and you can download them 24/7, 365 instantaneously. Thanks for hanging out with me in the Smart Woodshop today. I will put a video up here that I think you might be interested in.